But we have a guy on headset right now who, despite being a former Mets captain, I don't know if he's going to want to talk about the Mets. And that is the great Johnny Franco. And I'm just going to give you the floor. Go nuts. Give us 30 seconds on St. John's.
Unstoppable. Yeah, I've been to about 3 or 4 games this year, and Rick Pitino has made that quick turnaround the last 2 years. Those kids hustle the whole time. Defense, defense, defense. And if they don't play defense, he gets them out and gets on them pretty hard and then brings them right back in. So, and it's good to see Madison Square Garden sold out, 19,000, and I believe they're playing there tomorrow. They're supposed to play Seton Hall at the Conoseca Arena, and they switched it to the Garden tomorrow because there was so much requests for tickets.
Wow. I mean, one of the joys in the 80s was the St. John's teams would always come to games and come in the locker room led by Chris Mullins and others.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
It was good time. A long time coming. A lot of St. John's alumni. This has been a long time coming, and they're enjoying the ride right now.
I was talking to someone yesterday, I'm not going to name names, who said we can't get Johnny to stop talking about the Johnnies. Can't get him to stop talking about it.
Hey, it's been a long time bragging rights, man. That's it.
If you will allow us, though, to ask some Mets questions. You've been down here now for a little while. What's your biggest takeaway just from the group so far?
I just, the way the camp is run so smoothly. Guys get along with each other so well. Carlos has done a great job. The coaching staff has done a great job. David Stern, I was very fortunate enough they called me up to invite me, and I jumped on it. I enjoyed watching them last year. It was a great run. We're never out of a game. And I think that, when they obviously added Juan Soto is going to make them even more enjoyable to watch this year. But the camp has been run great. A lot difference from when I think Ronnie and I used to be in camp.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I was just wondering, Santana was recently in camp, Johan Santana, and he was working with a few of the guys. Do you go and actively pursue left-handers to help them with their changeup? Because you had one of the best I ever saw. Yeah. Or do you wait for them to kind of come your way?
Well, what Carlos had asked me to speak to Danny Young, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talk to him a little bit, and David Peterson. Just showing them the grip of my changeup. They're comfortable with their changeup, but I'm just showing them my grip and try it out and see what happens. But they're very comfortable with their grips, and I always say I could always suggest it, but I can't make you do it. And you could try it on the side, and if it works, it works. But these guys are very comfortable with their grips.
John, who taught you your changeup?
A couple of guys, Ronnie. When I was with the Dodgers in the instructional league, I had Dave Wallace was my pitching coach in A-ball, and he was also in the instructional league. And I had Dave Wallace, Larry Sherry, and Sandy Koufax were the instructors there. They showed me the grip, but then when I got to Cincinnati, we had a roving pitching coach named Freddie Norman, little lefty, had a great changeup. And when I got to the big leagues, I think, Ronnie, you probably know, Mario Soto had the best changeup around.
Right.
And I used to just watch him. He had different grips, different variations of the changeup. And I found the one that was very comfortable with me. And one spring training, they left me back to face some of the veterans, Tony Perez, Cesar Cedeno, Dave Concepcion. And they were missing the pitch by 2 feet, and I said, "Oh man, this is something. I got something here." And 2 weeks later, I was in the big leagues. So I was a starter in the minor leagues, and then they made me a reliever halfway through my AAA in '83 and '84. I came to spring. I had a good spring. And a couple of lefties, Bob Ochinko and Billy Shear, got hurt, and they brought me up. So those guys. Bob Ochinko was a good guy. He used to go to the track with the pitching coach, and Billy Shear used to smoke 3 or 4 packs of cigarettes a day.
Welcome to the 80s and 90s baseball.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were going to ask how is spring training different, but you just gave us a little bit of insight right there.
Yeah, we had so much data back then. It was like the pitching coach would smoke a cigarette and tell you to get on top of the ball.
So how, that's
drop and drive.
Drop and drive, exactly.
The data that exists now, do you think you would have used any of it? And specifically when it comes to the way that they shape pitches and really hone in on such small details about their grip on pitches. Would you have used any of that, do you think?
I think I would have used some. I've been down here since Monday, and so getting a crash course on all of this. And it's very interesting how they monitor the grips. The guys are throwing in the pen, and then they can slow motion his delivery, and they can see the ball coming out of his hands, and they can see if his index finger or his middle finger is putting enough pressure on the ball, and the rotation of the ball, and the gyro angle, and all this other stuff. So yeah, I probably would have used some of it, but knowing me, I probably just stuck to my old way because that's how I've been successful. But a lot of guys use it, and it's very helpful for them.
Now, John, you did make some news a couple of weeks ago talking about Francisco Lindor and how you think he should be the next captain of this group. What is it about him and your interactions that, as a former captain, make you feel like he should be the next one?
Just his leadership on the field and off the field, the way he communicates with the players, the pitchers, young players, the way he communicates with them on the bench, always talking, hitting, fielding. And the thing about I really respect about him is when he's going bad, he plays the same way every day. If he goes 0 for 4, but he can make 3, 4 great plays in the field to help his team win. He keeps the guys together, keeps them loose, always smiling. And I think he's got some great qualities.
Johnny, I have to ask you this question. 2 outs, so we might have to go quick. You had to face some of the toughest lefties in the game. How would you get Soto out?
Probably walk him. I had to face Barry Bonds so much, and Juan and Barry probably similar. Maybe, I don't know who's better than other, but they're both very good hitters. Very careful. I just try not to make him extend his arms, pitch him hard in, lower weight. And the thing that I realized late in my career, I never threw changeups that much to lefties until 2000. I think I threw my first changeup to Barry Bonds, and I got him looking on a 3-2 pitch. So I started doing that after talking to John Overy, asking him what was the toughest pitch for him to hit against the lefties, and he said a changeup. So Juan is just, I watched him down here, and obviously today he hit a home run, but he's a really good hitter, man, and he has a great idea what he's doing, and I really think he set that poor kid up the first inning. He made him look. He looked a little silly, and then he's shaking his head, and his next at bat he just jumped on him and just crushed it off the light pole in left field. But he's going to be a big make this lineup a lot longer and a lot better.
The great John Franco. John, thanks so much for the time, and good luck with St. John's the rest of the way.
All right, guys. We'll see you back in New York. I'm heading back tonight. So
way to go, John.
Okay, Ronnie. Good
Fly
seeing you.
safe, buddy.
Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
safe travels.
Bye-bye.